I'm Carol Young, and I'm here to share with you this fabulous book that has been selected for the Literacy Project this year, Who Grew My Soup? It's a wonderful book. It has a wonderful message, outstanding illustration, and the text is witty, and it has a rhyme and a cadence. I would encourage you, before you read this book to the class, to practice, because the words can make the book come alive. Look at the first page here. You have beautiful illustrations. It would start, a boy of age 10 named Finnison Quinn was out playing ball when his mother called him in. It's lunchtime, she said. Here's something nutritious. He instantly made young Finn most suspicious. It's yummy, she says, with a smile brightly beaming, as she gave him a bowl of soup, gently steaming. What's he thinking here? When you're reading this to younger children, you're going to want to ask those questions. And oh my goodness, look at this face. What is he thinking? Show me a face like this. The younger children would get into that. There's a lot of text on this page with some good information for the older children. Finn looked down and thought, yuck, this vegetable gunk. The foods I prefer are foods that she calls junk. Fake colors and flavors, delicious and dandy. They're in all my favorite sodas and candy. Chemical additives? Yum, they're the best. The snack foods I crave are preserved and processed. I like stuff that's deep fried and loaded with sugars. But vegetable soup, eeks, I'd rather eat boogers. This looks too healthy, I bet it tastes icky. So Finn launched a plan, and oh boy, was it tricky. Now, what do you think he's coming up with? What plan does he have in mind here? Look at the illustrations. I would share with the children maybe some ideas. You might say, think in your head what he's coming up with here. He says, I'll eat it, said Finn. Yes, happily do it, as soon as you're able to tell me who grew it. And that is really the theme that you want to emphasize, is where did this food come from? Who grew the food? And here he is looking at the soup, and what is, you might want to say, what is he thinking here? You're talking about tomatoes and barley and potatoes and spinach, and then again, who grew my soup? Why does he want to know this? Why is it important that we know this? The younger children would get into that. The older ones would have their opinions about that. And then here, I would hold this book, this page, this way. While Finn thought himself so cleverly, terribly clever, he'd have never guessed what came next. Never, ever. His eyes popped, his jaws dropped. He fumbled his spoon. Flying from the sky was a flying tomato balloon. Hop in, hurry up. Climb aboard, tally-ho. What might happen here? A flying tomato balloon. And now we're up in the sky, flying again. Wonderful illustrations. What's he feeling there? And oh my goodness, a field of carrots. They grew it in dirt. Young Finn nearly gagged. Gee, I've only seen them in stores, washed and bagged. Again, that's a concept that you can expand with the older children. And now we're in the tomato fields. And oh no, this is the carrot still. And he's trying to be convinced that that carrot is good. And, oh, I've tried it. Just nibbles the smallest of munches. As soon he was making great bunches of crunches. Hey, this isn't bad. This carrot's incredible and sweet. With what a treat. Say this root is quite edible. So now we're going to the tomato fields. And now we're going to fly over and see what is growing. And there's pictures, a wonderful illustration there of the people who bring our food from the farm to the table. And oh my goodness, look at this feeling here. Oh my goodness, he swallowed, he sighed. He knew he'd been beaten. That soup was the best thing he'd ever eaten. Finn said, hey, how come I've never tried this before? His mom just laughed. Then she served him some more. And then it ends with him enjoying a bowl of soup. And again, you're back to who grew my soup. Was he convinced who grew his soup? Obviously he was, and he enjoyed the soup. And there's Mr. Matu in the balloon. It said, it might not, but still either way, any day you eat soup is a super good day. So enjoy the book, and make sure you point out that those are real people that those characters were in the story, and Mr. Matu is tomato, spelled backwards. So enjoy the book with the children. It has a wonderful message.